Welcome to This Week in Real Estate with Jonathan Harmon and Bryan Nale, your local experts on all things real estate in Middle Tennessee. Listen in as they discuss the current state of the market, the latest trends, and have a little fun while doing it. We do want to say the opinions voiced on this podcast are for general information only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individuals.
I've got a shirt.
Shiny, tiny penny.
It's like a...
Oh, boy.
Like a
We're back. We're here, y'all.
shiny quid.
We're back, everybody, with another week of This Week in Real Estate, where we are putting the ass and assessed value.
Oh, taking it up to PG-13.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not sure how I feel about that one.
Just move on.
That's it. Okay. Hey, welcome to This Week in Real Estate. I am Jonathan Harmon. I'm with the J. Harmon Home Team, powered by Keller Williams. And my good buddy, Bryan Nale of Premise Mortgage, is sitting across the table. Got that logo going on. Oh, mine's actually underneath. Anyway, we're all logoed up. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look good in white.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. I can't pull it off because I always end up spilling stuff on myself.
I had to wait until after Memorial Day no, I'm just kidding. I actually wore this shirt. This shirt survived a catastrophic experience at the Koji over on Church Street when it opened. I was at the ribbon cutting, and something happened where I was trying to just slice my piece of chicken with the side of my fork instead of a knife, and it went like, I don't know how it exploded like it did, but I had sauce just everywhere all over this shirt, which is not a good look for a plain white shirt.
Well, it's tragic because Koji's sauce is so good.
It's delicious.
Did you slurp it out of the threads?
This is not a paid advertisement for Koji. No, I should have. But I went straight home. I had a light afternoon, so I went straight home, threw it straight in the wash, and came out. Nothing worse for the wear.
There you go. All right. Well, what brand shirt is it? Because obviously it's a good.
It's
good
what
quality.
Is this?
Oh, that's that's what my backpack is too.
Again, no paid.
OGO or something like that.
No paid advertisement here for this, but yeah, this is a good shirt. I like it.
Yeah, right on. Okay. Well, let's move on. Welcome to This Week in Real Estate. For me, it's been a very interesting week for sure. It's been busy.
Yeah.
Like really busy.
That's awesome, man. I see listings coming from you all the time. So I know you're doing. I know the market's there and you're taking advantage of it.
Well, let's do some headlines real quick. Headlines.
Back to you.
All right, what you got, man? You got any headlines?
Yeah, so some producer price index numbers came out today, some PMI numbers, and man, like they were. This has been a good week for interest rates. They had been moving in a good direction for anybody that need the or is under contract maybe on new construction, and they're waiting out till they get a little closer to the date. So it's been a good week for them. But then today there was like a little possibility for a hiccup with the PMI numbers coming out, and they were higher than expected. And the initial reaction from the market was like, all right, let's move to higher rates. But then within about 15 minutes, the market said, you know what? No, we're going to need more than this for us to move to higher rates. So the risk of those reprices where lenders change their initial day's rate sheet has gone away, and the market's still looking good for folks out there that are in that stage where it's if they're trying to decide if they want to lock or float their rate.
Gotcha. I actually just jotted down. You should do a hip hop song. Yeah.
Lock or drop.
I know it's tricky to lock a loan without a groan. It's tricky.
Oh,
so tricky.
You're welcome. Yeah.
It's not tricky to lock a loan when you work with us, man.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So my headline's pretty simple. I'm going a little bit self-promotion here. We've got 3 new listings coming online. 2 of them are already online right now, and 1 will be listed on Thursday. So 118 Winchester, Smyrna, 2.2 acres. The house is very renovated. It's awesome. They've had a lot of things done to it. The pretty sexy stuff and the practical preserve the house stuff. I've got 523 Erlacher in Murfreesboro coming up. Actually, it just got listed this morning. And that house is awesome. It's got an enormous screen back porch, big old yard. It's like 0.76 acres.
Nice. Very
And,
nice.
I actually got it pulled up. You want to?
You got him?
Yeah.
You got him? All right, let's do this.
Let's see here.
Look at Trent on the assist.
Yes, sir. One moment. Maybe. Wait
Hold on.
for it.
Well, while he's pulling that up, we've got the coming soon that'll be up. It's not in the MLS yet. It'll be up on Thursday, 7:05 Cloverland. Their lacquer right there. Finished talking about Cloverland. So check this one out. Cloverland is just over an acre. It's got over 3,000 square feet of shop space that includes 2 paint booths. And that shop has a bathroom. It's heated and cooled. It's got air air filtration.
That's awesome.
The house is like 1,700 feet. It's got a pool. It's a really unique property, and it's like, I don't know, less than 10 minutes over to I-24 off Almaville Road.
Yeah.
So super convenient. We'll have that one listed, like I said, hopefully on Thursday. So this is Erlacher, 523 Erlacher Drive. Beautiful, beautiful home, and those in it. Huge open kitchen. Scroll on down, Trent. Oh, real hardwoods and in the house, not the fake stuff. Big open kitchen. Keep on going, keep on going, keep going, keep going. Big closet. Oh, comes with a pool table, and then look at this porch. Wow. So it's tile. It's got the wood ceiling in there. It's incredible, and that's all screened in, and the little fireplace in the backyard there.
Dude, that is
so
sick.
Beautiful, beautiful house.
Nice, great listing.
Hey, and thanks to Sam Gordon over there at Homadi. He does all the picture work for us and does a fantastic job.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, wet bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wet bar, pool table can stay. It's a neat place.
Nice.
So big, comfortable place. And this is right off of Cutoff Road as you're heading towards Lebanon. Harvest Woods subdivision. There's like Harvest Woods, Harvest Grove. They're all right there together. So it's Wilson Elementary and then Siegel.
Yeah.
So
I love that neighborhood because you got all the street names that are named after football players.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yep. It's pretty cool. So
You want to do this one too?
yeah. So this is the one I was talking about, 118 Winchester. Pretty cool house. Big space downstairs. It's got a converted garage that's turned into a bonus room, but then they also built the 2-car garage next to it, so you still have garage space.
Nice.
And that 2-car garage is enormous. Redone kitchen. They had a pipe burst a long time ago, or I say a long time ago, a couple years ago. Dude, so they got a whole lot of new work done, new cabinets, new counters, new floors, new appliances. It's cool. Covered and screened back porch as well. And then let's see here. Let's get to that bonus room. Keep flipping. Oh, master's been redone. This is the bonus room right here.
Dang, that's
Big
cool.
space.
Big space. One thing that they did when they redid this place, they put a new HVAC for the main part of the house, but then they did 2 of the ductless mini splits.
Yeah.
So all of the rooms upstairs have their own individual control, which is awesome because if you're like me and my kids, everybody wants their rooms a different temperature, and it's the best way to control that. So anyway, it's very expensive to do that, but it works out really good. So yeah, look at the covered porch.
Yeah,
it's nice. Cool. And this is 2.2 acres because keep going. One more. Yeah, there.
That one.
No, one more.
Blind, sorry. This one.
Yeah.
Wow,
so this is a whole other lot that goes with the house.
Okay.
So it's 2 whole lots.
Yeah.
And it's down in the end of a cul-de-sac. It's pretty awesome.
Is there a development opportunity with that, or is it talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and see what kind of soils there are on there. But the really cool thing is, if you were to zoom out about 2 clicks on this picture, Stewart's Creek High School is right here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, like, you can walk to their back gate.
Yeah.
That you can just, if you're walking to school, you can walk to their back gate in about 6 minutes. I mean, it is like right there.
Nice.
Which is pretty awesome.
That's really cool.
Yep, good house. So, anyway, check those out. That's my headlines. I do have one other little headline, and I gotta be careful about how I say this. And I'm not used to having to be careful about how I say much of anything. There's a lot of movement going on in the real estate world here in Middle Tennessee right now.
Big stuff.
And not just, I'm not talking about houses.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people. moving around and some
Yeah.
shifting, and there's some unstable ground, and a lot of it harkens to the settlement, the NAR settlement.
Yeah.
So that has created some ripple effects, and you have agents that are moving from this brokerage to this brokerage. With it being slow, there's always going to be movement. You see this in mortgage as well.
You do.
People think that jump into a different brokerage is the
Yeah.
answer to get their business going.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works. Most
Yeah.
of the time it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because the reality is most of the time the problem is you.
Yeah.
It's not your brokerage or your bank.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that there's like a lesson out of this, but just know that that's happening a lot. So if your agent, if your person that you use right now jumps to a different brokerage, I would love to hear, if I were in your shoes, I'd love to kind of ask them why. And the real question is, how does that move benefit the client?
Yeah.
Right? And maybe it doesn't, which is okay, as long as they can articulate.
As long as it doesn't hurt the client.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why did you make that move? Well, I made that move because I was angry at this happening, or I made that move because I got a better split, or I made that move because, this other person made the move and I followed them. If they're honest with you, you need to get that answer, and then you make a decision on if that's a good thing or bad thing.
Well, while we're talking about headlines and movement and also shameless self plugs, Premise is looking to grow our team, and not just in Murfreesboro, but really in the state of Tennessee. So if you're an industry professional and you're watching this, whether you're a lender yourself or maybe a real estate agent has worked some deals in Wilson County, Williamson County, Bedford, Cannon, Knox County, East Tennessee, West Tennessee. If you've worked in any other markets or know of any good lenders in other markets that maybe their institution they're working with is not aligned with what they want to do, or they have concerns about the direction that their company's going, I'd love to talk to those folks, because we're a relatively newer mortgage company, so we don't have a lot of those legacy issues of outdated software or bad compliance that was done during the heyday of the low rates. We're a great place to be, and love to talk with some people. So if you are, like I said, if you're an industry professional and you know of a lender that we need to know, then please help us reach out and make that introduction.
Yeah. And the last thing that I'm going to throw on those headlines, the compliance issue, it's everywhere right now. And part of the ripple out of the lawsuit is we have to change some of the ways on my side of the table that we disclose things and that we operate. And I'm just going to tell you, there are going to be a lot of folks that resist that change.
Yeah.
And they're going to end up getting themselves in trouble. Yeah. Because everybody is scared.
You're going to try to fight it and not win.
And not even fight it. They're just going to either be ignorant or ornery and just not do it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a very interesting time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, Trent, you got a present for us?
I do.
I can't wait.
Yes, this is real.
This is one of my favorite times of the week.
It's a good one. Let me pull it up.
So, Bryan, while he's pulling this up, I got to tell you about a new superpower that I found in myself.
Did you get that X-ray vision figured out?
Nope, it's even better. I am actually able to melt ice with just by staring at it. Yeah, so I found this out. What I did is I set an ice cube on the table, and I stared at it for 45 minutes, and it melted.
It's incredible.
That's something.
It's a new superpower.
When you're a kid, they was like, what would your superpower be if you could do anything? You got kids that want to fly, have X-ray vision. They're just kind of, super strength. Man, if I can melt, that's like Cyclops.
Yeah.
Laser beams come out of your eyes.
Yeah. It only took me 45. I'm going to hone it and get better.
Is it square?
Is it square? Yes, this is real. Jonathan's confused.
Well, I am. I'm impressed that they got a blind that would work.
Right.
That's actually
That's a great point.
Yeah, I have concerns about the validity of this. Is this Photoshop? Did somebody like spin that window? Because that just doesn't make any sense.
You know what this reminds me of? All right. Is anybody else in this room old enough and been here long enough to remember the Angle Inn at Opryland theme park?
No, I've not been here long enough.
Anybody? The Angle Inn?
It's a little before my time as well, I think.
No one? Okay. I challenge all of you to go look up the Angle Inn, and this reminds me of that.
It's like a MC Eicher kind of thing.
Yeah, but like you did a little walking tour through this place, and it was like animatronics, you know, and they all talked to you and stuff, but everything was at this weird angle, and they had stuff painted in a way it like completely.
Yeah.
It was like you were drunk when you walked in.
No, I wouldn't have thought about that being possibly photoshopped until you mentioned the blinds. That is just not natural.
Right?
It's supernatural.
I like it. I'd do that.
Yeah.
I might do that.
Is it square?
Yeah.
Looks square to me. Frame it.
Frame it.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it.
Well done.
All right, Trent, market movers.
All right, back to you.
I'll go first on this one today. So, and it's kind of a segue back to the headlines. We got the PMI numbers came out today that initially the market was like, oh, here we go again. And they were like, nah, let's be cool. So on Friday, we get non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. And then next Wednesday, we get consumer price index. So you have the potential with those three reports coming out, those three potential market movers, to take the soft response to today's PMI numbers and really kind of throw some kerosene on that. So it could be like the stokes or the fire's kind of stoked and ready to take off if those numbers don't hit the expectations. So for non-farm payrolls, they're looking for 185,000 is the forecast. Unemployment rate year over year last year was last month it was at 3.9%, and that's forecast again for this month. So we're looking for unemployment to come in at about 3.9%, $185,000 in the non-farm, 185,000 in the non-farm payrolls, and any variance of those could have some pretty significant impacts in the market.
Interesting. All right, I don't have a market mover right now. Just be watching. I mean, this is when everything happens, as far as time of year. If you're on the fence at all and you think you're going to sell your house, I would hurry up and get it on the market now, or probably hold off till October. That's what I would tell you.
Yeah. What do you think about, and this may not be, this may be kind of an off-the-cuff question that's not in your realm of expertise or specialty in real estate, but what about second homes, investment properties, Airbnb, those short-term rentals? Do they follow the same sort of seasonality? Or
They usually lag.
do they lag, or are they kind of ahead? Because I would think, like, if you're trying to hit the summer market and you have a place in East Tennessee or even a place in Nashville, and you're planning on having if you're looking to buy one, you probably want to take advantage of the full summer season. So it's almost like you might be a little late to come.
But if you're looking to sell one, you want to have that one last hurrah.
Yeah.
So do they lag or do they lead? Well, I guess it depends on what year you acquire it, right?
Yeah, it depends on the market.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about buying it in October, then it lags from the previous summer.
Yeah.
Right. But if it ends up bumping to December, then you're kind of leading for the next market.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Makes sense.
So they tend to not follow. If you graft them, this is the hump, and then it tables off a little bit. July and August for like first home residential, it follows a very similar trend.
Okay.
Just a month or two
Removed
after.
either direction, maybe. Yeah. Gotcha. Cool. All right. Shiny penny. Let's move on to that.
Teeny weeny beanie.
Tiny shiny penny.
Yeah.
Tiny shiny penny. Let's go.
I got the B-52s going through my head. Tiny, shiny, or REM, Tiny
Yeah.
Happy People, you know,
Oh, yeah.
with the cameo from the B-52s.
I prefer teeny weeny beanie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good one.
Mine is really just that there's been a lot of talk about ourselves, I think, on this episode, a lot more than we normally do. So if this is your first time watching, you don't normally get the Bryan and Jonathan show. Usually we're focused on the outside of the market, but I think this is pretty cool that this podcast that we do has landed me on an internal conference call that we have at the Teams meeting, what have you, where at the first Friday of every month we do a marketing call, and our marketing department comes on, gives us ideas, gives us tips on using social media, and this month's theme is podcast, and so I'm going to be on the panel, and I think that's pretty cool that I get to come on there and talk about this week in real estate, and kind of how we set this show up, how we structure it, and our approach to it, and so I'm pretty excited for that.
Cool. That's awesome. That is super awesome. My shiny penny has nothing to do with real estate, which sometimes I just do that, and I am my own compliance officer. So I said yes. And basically, what I've been doing, so I've been a Rotarian, a member of the Smyrna Rotary Club now, going on 12 years, and I have perfect attendance the whole time. Now, before you get too impressed, it doesn't mean that I've been to every single Thursday meeting in that length of time, but we have the ability to do makeups, right? And so you can do a makeup by doing a service project, visiting another club, donating a certain amount of money. Like, there's all these different ways to get a makeup. Well, I managed to accumulate a whole bunch of absences this year, and the Rotary year ends on July 1 or June 30. And so it's time for me to do all my makeups, only there's a whole bunch of them, 12 to be exact, in 3 weeks, because I'm also leaving the country on June 22nd. So I decided that I'm going to go and visit all of the surrounding Rotary clubs. And so I have made it, since last week, I've made it to Manchester, 2 different clubs in Lebanon, Nashville, Franklin. Today I was in Shelbyville. So I've been to all these different clubs, and just to see how they structure their meetings has been really interesting. To meet the people, you walk into a room, and the only thing you have in common with them at the moment that you walk in is that you're in a Rotary Club, and they don't even know that I'm in a Rotary Club. It's been really encouraging to see the acceptance, the welcome, the inclusion, like, hey, come be part of our community type deal. And then once they know that I'm a Rotarian, and you instantly seek to connect. Like, there's just, oh, well, I do this and I do this, and and then the next thing you know, you're sitting there eating a meal with them like your best friends.
That's awesome.
It's been very encouraging. It's been very uplifting to make those rounds and to make those connections. Will they remember my name? No. Will I remember their name? No. But you always remember how they make you feel.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm taking notes on every one of them. Here's a fun fact. There's 2 Rotary clubs that I visited so far that sing during their meeting. One of them, every meeting they open with My Country 'Tis of Thee. And then the other one, it's a Rotary hymnal. I kid you not. I got a picture of it. And they sing a couple of different songs out of the hymnal. I've never even heard of that.
So I was a Rotarian for about 2 years, maybe 3, and did not have perfect attendance, and nor did I care to obtain perfect attendance. But we sang at the Murfreesboro Noon Rotary once a month, Happy Birthday. And it was always like, when it comes around, like, well, maybe there's 6 people in the room whose birthday is. So it was Happy Birthday, Rotarians. Happy birthday to you.
Mm. Yeah, we don't even do that.
Kind of a neat thing. That
We do not sing.
Neat little tradition that club has.
It says that we're realistic. So anyway, there's my shiny penny.
Love it.
Nice. Pro tip. Back to you.
You got one, or is it just me?
It's just you.
Just me today? Okay. All right. So my first pro tip is don't have a job where you have to go through compliance. Yep. That's my first one. Anyway, moving on. Second one is, it goes back to that community thing. And, Bryan and I are partners, 2 of the 4 partners here at Cedar Glade, where the studio is located. And when we opened this place up, when we opened Cedar Glade up, we said it's going to be a place for community. And we meant that not in just what we perceive as community, but truly representative of our community at large. And in going to these Rotary clubs and really taking a minute, and Missy sitting over here, she has built a community out of the Clue Party, and there's a whole thing there, and it's very cool. We attended the intro meeting last night, or I attended the intro meeting last night with her for the incoming cast members, and here's all these old cast members sitting around. It was very cool. My pro tip is don't wait for community to come to you, but to go and find it and build it and seek it out, and just jump the hell in there.
I love that.
And it's, you're going to find some that you think are awesome and then they're not. And you're going to find some that you have low expectations for and they're awesome.
And that goes regardless of what, like, I think a lot of people network, and we need to network to get business. And so we try to find ways to plug in the community, because we hope to, if we do a good job connecting with the community, we hope that it comes back around and we pick up a deal, we pick up a client, we get opportunities. But even if you have just a job where you show up and you work 8 to 5 and networking is not a part of anything that you do, find something to connect with.
I don't care what it is, man. I don't
Something that
care.
you're passionate about. If it's beer, find a beer club. If it's playing board games, find a board game group. If it's
church, if it's dog walking, or
find something. Yeah, and get out there and plug into it.
An exercise group of some sort. Like, what's that called?
Pilates?
Crocheting group or Pilates. What the?
I was like, you said exercise. I thought Pilates.
Our stretch group on
yeah.
Saturday mornings is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, but don't wait. And here's the other thing I'll tell you on that. And this is, I have so many friends and acquaintances that are my age. And they're like, well, I'm just too busy for community. I got to focus on my kids. Your kids will benefit from you being part of a community and you dragging them with you, and them seeing you go and connect to other people. They'll benefit as much, if not more, from that as they will for you being constantly in baseball.
Yeah.
And not that baseball could be your community, and that's fine. But what is it that you are passionate about? What is it that turns you on in the morning to get out of bed and go do it? And that you can serve and return something to your community.
Absolutely.
And don't wait for it. Do it.
Love that. That's a great pro tip. And that's a pro tip for, again, it's not super real estate driven, but just for living life, man. Just for living life and making connections with people and having, because everybody's going to go through hard times. Everybody's going to go through a period where something's going to happen, and you're going to want a friend you can call. And friends from high school, friends from college, they're always there and stuff. And some of them stay lifelong friends. But the ability to reconnect or make connections as you progress through different stages of your life is huge.
Well, and the last thing I'll say on this is don't do it for the stated purpose of building your business.
Right.
Now, could that be an inevitable consequence? Yeah, it could. Hopefully it is, right? But do it because you're part of the community and you want to participate in your community. I don't even like the term give back. That's always, it always feels icky to me, because it feels
I like that though. Participate in your community.
Yeah, participate in your community. And
Be
if
a part of it.
if you don't have one directly, go build one somewhere. Yeah. Start a meetup group. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I would tell you to do. And like I said, don't do it with the purpose of trying to build. It's like networking. Networking when you're trying to build your business. Do you ever like high school, college, somewhere around there? I did this all the time because I wasn't super popular. It would be like, I sure would like to have a girlfriend right now, but every girl I talk to, it just doesn't work, and I can't seem to find that. And what was the advice that everybody gave you? Always.
Just don't try to find a girlfriend.
Stop looking.
Yeah.
Just stop looking.
Just be content with you for a minute.
Yeah. But stop looking doesn't mean stop like participating.
Right.
It just means stop with the stated purpose of everybody you meet trying to be your girlfriend. So just like in networking, It's stop looking for clients per se in networking. Show up, participate.
Who can I be a client to? Who can I introduce a potential client to? And then
Don't make every single meeting about you trying to get business from that person you're meeting.
And if you show up to any networking group and this is a pro tip, if you show up to any networking group and you go for 3 months and nothing's come to you as far as business, don't quit. Don't give up. I'd see it all the time with different organizations where, somebody comes in and you can tell right away that they're really only there for themselves, and nothing comes to them in 6 months, and then they dip out and they go away, and it's just like, yep, that person is who I thought they were.
Yeah, that's right.
Show up and participate, be part of the group, and then let those other opportunities just naturally, organically develop. If that's your purpose, you're not going to find it.
That's it. Agreed. Cool. All right, man. Another good show.
Yeah,
I think.
that was a good one. Yeah,
I mean, I feel better.
that was, man.
What about you? Did you enjoy the show? I don't know
absolutely.
which camera's on, so I'm going to look at all of them.
It was a quick, short show. But that's good. We had a few things to say. We came in, we said them, and we're going to give our audience a little bit of their time back. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're here still with us, and whether it's your first time tuning in or you make it a point to watch this every week, we sure do appreciate you and supporting this Spread the Positive Network as well.
And I'll just say it, man. Like, follow, share, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I hope that you know how to do that. If you don't, give me a call and I will walk you through it. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we would love to spread the news. We do want to have some guests from time to time. So if you've got something to really contribute to our content, hit up my friend Missy Lay, and we'll get that information out there. And yeah, I think that's it.
That's it.
Oh, I'm gonna throw one more thing, two more things out there. Okay.
Go for it.
Number one is this is on the Spread the Positive Network. And one of the things that I don't say this every single time, but if you've got a story to tell, if you've got just something burning that you need to get out into the open and really share that story, something that's really uplifting or eye-opening, thought-provoking, mildly entertaining, interesting, whatever.
Entertaining.
Hit my buddy Trent up.
That's right.
And let's get your story out there. There's all kinds of ways to do it. Sometimes we ask you for money. Sometimes we ask you to get money. Sometimes, we have somebody that we can match you up to. Just like for this show, Trent
Yes.
served it up to you.
Thank you. That was a beautiful segue.
Yeah.
New contributors to the STP network. I wanted to go ahead and pull this up too. Got my guy Phillip Byard with Music City Hardscapes.
Thank you, Phillip.
Yep, got his website up here just to scroll through and show some of his work. Man, it's really awesome, and it's not working. Sick. Oh, there it is. But yeah, just beautiful work. Anything stone pavers, like water, having little fountains in your backyard or at the place of your business. I mean, it's second to none. Like, the work he does is phenomenal. So Music City Hardscapes and Music City Pond Pros. And also a huge shout out to our guys over at Swann. They just recently signed up, all things digital marketing and advertising. Pistol Pete Adams and Travis Swann, the Autumn Man himself. Two legends, man. Such good dudes, and they're so good at what they do.
Did you make up Pistol Pete, or is that?
I've called him Pistol for a long time.
Okay.
But
Just curious about that.
I didn't make up Autumn Man. I think that's the greatest nickname of all time for Travis Swann. It's super applicable. So he's kind of in hibernation right now when it's super hot out. But when those fall breezes come back, we'll get to see the Autumn Man in his finest.
He'll be out of Barks and Bourbon, I'm sure.
Is Auto Man similar to Fall Guy? You remember that show?
Yeah.
Similar.
yeah.
But Autumn Man is such a perfect nickname. But thank you guys. It means a lot to have people like Pete and Travis put their name on this stuff. So
That's great.
Super happy to have them. They'll be in here sooner than later, so y'all keep an eye out for that. But Adams and Swann, we create revenue opportunities as we go through their website here. But all things advertising, creative, digital marketing, web design, they're insanely good at what they do, and been supportive of STP for a long time. So super grateful for the fam over at Adams and Swann. Thank you again, guys. I think that's the show, guys.
That's it.
I think we did it. Appreciate y'all as well. Thank you for the plug and all the support. Bryan, Nale, you're a legend. Jonathan, you're a legend. Good talk. We'll see you on the next one.
I Am Legend. That's a good movie. It's a great song, too.
Thank you for
By Tom
listening to another episode of This Week in Real Estate with Jonathan Harmon and Bryan Nale, your go-to resource for all things real estate in Middle Tennessee. Be sure to like, share, follow, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review. We will see y'all on the next one.
I'm going to do Barks and Bourbon again this
Now for the nitty gritty. Premise Mortgage Company is a subsidiary of Premise Bank, a member FDIC. Premise Mortgage NMLS number 1894879, BK number 1042893, ML number 1894879. As always, all loans are subject to credit approval and product guidelines. Equal housing lender.